Hello friends, Hattie from Honeybee Stampers here. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm hopping on to do a little bit of an online workshop. I typically do 3 projects during my online workshop, but for this week, we're only going to do 1 project, but I have a couple cards that are within that 1 project. So I hope you guys will join me, and I hope you enjoy the cards. Let me just double check to make sure that the camera is recording correctly, and it is. Great. Yay. So what you see here is the Holly Jolly Wishes. I chose this as the stamp set that I wanted to feature because it's so versatile. It's a great grouping of sentiments for the holidays, and it's also still currently available. So if you watched my video yesterday, I did a really brief walkthrough of the mini catalog and shared some of the items that are discontinuing, that are retiring. Well, when I went on to look today, before I hopped on for this video, there are several items that have actually sold out. One of the things that sold out is the paper that I'm going to be showing you guys today. Let me show you the project, and then I will show you how to put it together. And so here is the project. It's a cute little box. This is our mini paper pumpkin box. This is something that we carry in the current annual catalog, so you're still able to get it. And it's a great thing to have for you to either put treats in because it is food safe, or you can put cards in it, which I've done. So I've tied it with this cute bow. This bow, or this ribbon, this is our braided linen trim, and it's in the color Mossy Meadow. It's actually on the clearance rack. We are discontinuing it, or it's been discontinued, but it's on the clearance rack for only, I believe, $2.80. So that's a steal. I absolutely love this ribbon. Make sure you go and check it out. When you open up the box, you'll see that I've created some very simple cards, and I'm going to show you how to put these together today. So the box holds several cards, and these cards are our note size cards. So we've got note card and envelope that are in the annual catalog as well. And I just kind of put together some cards really quickly. An easy layout for anybody to do. And then you can see that I featured the stamp set, Holly Jolly Wishes, on there, and then also one of my faves. So this right here is from the annual catalog as well. Let me pull it up so you guys can see it. It's on, let's see here. It's on page 166 of the annual catalog, and it's called Tasteful Labels. These are dies that I reach for constantly. I use them all the time. They layer really well together. They just work really well. So when I looked at this stamp set, first of all, I loved all the different fonts, and they were so cute. And then I grabbed this die set, and I realized that many of these dies will fit perfectly in cutting these out, right? So that's why I reached for that. So let's put this project together. I'll show you how easy it is. This is a great project if you're interested in thinking of something to gift to maybe a neighbor. This would make a great host gift if you're going to somebody else's house for the holidays, or even if you've got coworkers and you're wanting to put together something meaningful, something they can use throughout the year. You can put together some different cards. Now, like I said earlier, even though that this designer series paper here, which is, what is it called? It's our Heartwarming designer series paper. Although that has retired and sold out, there is some other papers. This is the paper that I originally was showcasing. It was on page 57 of the holiday catalog. You can actually use other paper. And if you like the stamp set and you like the kind of fun, festive script or font, then this paper right here would work really well as well. This is 6x6 paper, but the measurements that I'm using today, you'll be able to use this. And a lot of times the double-sided paper, if you just fold it over, it will still coordinate really well. Okay, let's get to stamping and putting this together. All right, let's start with the actual cards themselves, and then we'll move on to the box. So I created these already, and I've got some papers that are already cut up, but I want to kind of put together the other cards that I'm going to use in a different format. So instead of using this side and this, we're going to flip-flop it. All right, so basically what I did was I took that designer series paper and I cut it down to 4 3/4 by 4 1/4, and then I scored it at 1 inch on one side. So let's take a look. Let me fan out the cards that I've already designed so I can flip the other DSP over. Okay. All right, so we'll start with this one. So what I did here for this card is I just scored it at 1 inch, right? And then I folded it up and glued it to create this card. And our note cards and envelopes that you can find in the annual catalog come in a pack of 20. So they look like this, and you're gonna get the card bases that are already scored. They're lightly scored, and you're gonna get the envelopes as well. So you're gonna get 20 of these, super easy, very inexpensive. And all you're gonna have to do is fold them in half. And I'm gonna use my bone folder to make a really nice crease here. Okay, and instead of doing it this way, I think I'm gonna flip it around and use this side. We'll see how that goes. Just fold that. I'm gonna use some liquid adhesive. This is what some of the people call green glue. If you're new to Stampin' Up, it's just some liquid Tombow. It's very sticky and a little bit goes a long way. So I'm gonna place that on one side and just adhere it like so. You're gonna see that these cards come together so quickly. This would be a great, great gift. If since this paper is sold out, you just check your stash and see if you have some really cute, fun paper laying around that you can create with. And if you don't, you can always go onto the demo or onto the Stampin' Up website, and I'll share that link, and pick out maybe some other paper that we have that's available still. So I'm gonna take one of our glue dots, and I'm just gonna place it on the back side here. I wanted to use this linen trim to give it a nice, to kind of cover up where those two meet. It also gives it a little extra texture too. All right, we'll stick that there. There we go. I love a good faux bow, so that's essentially what we're doing, so we'll do that. I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple of the other ones right now as well. So we've done this one here this way, so I'm gonna flip it around and we'll see how this looks. I will be giving away this entire box of cards to someone who likes and comments and also shares this video. So be sure to do that, and I will do a drawing for the winner, and the winner will get this entire box of all these cute little cards. And if you guys are at home and you decide to copy this and put this together yourself, I would love to see the project that you come up with, because I know you've got your own paper and your own stamps that you probably want to use. All right, I'm going to stick that on the back. I absolutely love this braided linen trim. We have it, I don't know if we carry it anymore. I'll have to look in like a neutral color, but we used to carry it in a real red, and it was so pretty, so fun to work with. And now we've got this in the Mossy Meadow. Again, it's on the clearance rack, so don't miss that. Okay, let's see, what's this card? We'll do this card and we'll flip it this way. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's a bit gloomy here where I live in South Carolina. So, well, any day is a good day to craft, but this is a pretty good day to craft for sure. I'm at my studio today, and I'm right by the window of my studio, and so you can hear all the traffic. It's kind of a busy street right outside of my studio, and you can hear all the traffic that goes by. So you'll have to excuse all that noise. All right, we'll trim that. And I think we'll do maybe one more DSP, because I think you guys get the gist. Okay, Let's pick one more. Let's do this one. Let's see here. So this is the card we did. Flip it around this way. I don't really love that one. Let's do this one. I don't think I've done this one, so. I love that I'm able to use both sides of the paper because a lot of times I have a hard time choosing which side I like best. I think you guys probably feel me on that. I also have a sneaking suspicion that a lot of you guys have this paper already. So, all right. Pop that off. I'm really surprised at how much of our holiday catalog has already sold out. I did a Christmas card club for 3 months, and the last club that we did was the Bright Baubles, and I showcased a card yesterday that I created for that, and I got on today, and that bundle has already sold out. Luckily, those who did that class, they don't have to worry about it because I've already die cut those dies for them, and so they won't have a problem putting the cards together and having it look good. So that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to just add a little glue here to the back. And we're just going to center these on the note cards. There we go. Super simple. You guys will have to let me know if you like green glue or this Tombow glue, or if you prefer our tape runners. I like both. I like both. The only thing I don't like about the green glue, or I keep calling it green glue, but you guys know what I mean, the Tombow glue. Only thing I don't like about it is that it can be very tacky. If you put too much on there and it kind of oozes out the sides, it will remain tacky. And so anything that touches it, dust or anything, really, it'll start to get yucky looking and brown. Let me see if I can grab the comments here, because right now I don't see any. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't just switch the camera angle. Okay, I'm going to keep going, even though on my phone the camera angle has flipped on me. Okay, you guys will have to tell me if I just flip sideways. And let's see if I can catch any of the comments here. Hi, Valerie. Oh, thank you. Yes. A lot of our paper, if you've noticed, they just coordinate really well together. And even if it doesn't coordinate super well, if you do a bunch of them and put them together, I don't know, it just looks good. Maybe it's like an optical illusion. But flipping that paper over or just folding it and being able to highlight the other side is always fun. Oh, good. Thank you, Amy. I tell you, with this technology, I just never know. So I touched the screen to see if I could read comments, and it just, I don't know. But okay, keep going. Let's see here, just one more. Add a little bit of this glue. One of the things I do like about this green glue, or this Tombow glue, is one, it's very inexpensive. I think it's only like $4 for this glue. I'll have to double check. But the other thing is that you can move it. It gives you a little bit of time, a little bit of wiggle room if you need to move your piece that you've laid down. If it's not exactly straight, then you can kind of tweak it a little bit. All right. Now that we've got the bases of our cards, there's this one, okay, and these two. Let's go ahead and stamp. I'm just going to set these to the side here. I've already gone ahead and taken these dies here and die cut them. Oh, this is throwing me off the way that the camera is on my end. Oh, okay, anyways. So I've already die cut these out of basic white, so I've got several pieces. And I'm just going to use one ink color. I'm going to use Real Red, make it easy on me. And going to stamp a few of the sentiments here. Okay. So one of the sentiments is this one, the Merry Christmas to You. It's the largest one. I'm going to go ahead and stamp two of these because I'm going to use one on the front of the box. So with our ink pads, I have people ask me about this all the time. Let me just show you guys. So our ink pads, these are the new ones. We've had them for a few years, and they can be a little bit difficult to open. So if you're new to Stampin' Up, just bear with me and the ink pads. What I tell people to do is hold it as if you're holding a compact. And then what you want to do is you just put your fingers on the ridges, on the sides here, give it a nice firm grip. And then where there's a little lip right here, you just lift up. Once you've lifted up, then you open it and then you can slide it into place. When you go to close it, I tell people to hang on to it just like you did opening it. But then where there's a little ridge right here, you can put your two fingers inside there and your thumb on the bottom. And then you kind of do this motion. So pull it and then you can close it. Okay. So this is probably the hardest part of stamping, I promise. So let's ink this up. Merry Christmas to You, and I'm going to stamp it twice like I mentioned. Okay, eyeball that. I just love that font. So pretty. Let's do the second one. Okay. Oops, I kind of moved on that one. Oh, still turned out good. All right, we'll set those up there. And then let's see here. What sometimes you can do is you can take your die cuts and you can kind of go over your sentiments to see, you know, which ones you like, which ones fit really well. I have not used this sentiment here, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas, so I think I'm going to pick that one. I've already put the backings on them. So these have a very tacky sticker on the other side. I usually just kind of lay it down on my table and pick it up like that. Ink this up. Okay, I like it. It's cute, it's different. All right, let's see here. Let's pick another one. I think we'll do, I really love Jingle All the Way, so let's do that one. Which one's that one? This one here. And to clean off your stamps, I just take one of our chamois and I rub it on there until it's clear. And then make sure when you're lifting these that you go right where the sticker is, right underneath the sticker to pull it up. Otherwise, you may tear the foam and then your stamp starts to kind of fall apart on you. We'll do Jingle All the Way here. Oopsie, slippery. With my camera flipped sideways now, I can't tell what's in the camera lens and what isn't. So you guys will have to let me know if you need me to move up or down. All right, Jingle All the Way. Love the way that looks, so cute. All right, and I think we need to do one more because I think I did 4 cards. Let's see here. Do I have an extra piece that's already cut? All right, if I do, I can't find it right now. So we'll have to come back to that. Oh, here it is on the floor. Okay, so here is one more. And when you look at this die cut, this die cut has a little beveled edge to it. So this is the back side. And then this, maybe you can see the edge, is has that little extra detail that makes it cute. So let's clean off this stamp and we'll pick one more. I think we're going to do It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year because I love that sentiment. Okay. ink that up. The goal is always to get the ink on the raised part and try to avoid getting it on the edges like I did right there. And then we'll center this on this tag and stamp straight down and straight up. So you'll see that these tags lend so well to this stamp set. And something that, let me show you guys, that I've seen people do, because if you look at these tags, they're, you know, pretty plain. I'm going to add some bling to it, but if you're interested in adding a little bit of extra color, what you can do is take an ink pad. So this is the Pear Pizzazz. The Designer Series paper always has the colors that coordinate with it on the back. So the colors for this Designer Series paper is Mossy Meadow, Real Red, and Pear Pizzazz in Basic White. So you can actually add a little bit of ink to one of our blending brushes like that. I'm going to tap it off a little bit so it doesn't give me that one splotch of color that I don't want. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this Pear Pizzazz to the die cut. So it's a basic white die cut, and then hopefully you guys can see that. And you can make it as dark or as light as you'd like. And then if you take the stamp and stamp over it, I have to concentrate when I'm stamping sometimes. Okay, so you can see that it's got a little bit of color in the background. Hopefully you can see that. And you guys will have to tell me if you like that. Do you like to have the little bit of color in there? So when you put it on your card, it's not just plain white, or do you like it if it's just plain white? So you can also put the color on there after you've stamped. Just make sure that the stamps are dry. So if you guys like that, let me just go through and see. Let me know if you guys would prefer with the color on like that, which I'm kind of leaning towards doing that since I did everything different this time around, and see how that goes. All right, now what I want to do is make a couple bows while I let those dry. So I'm going to take our linen thread, or braided linen trim I should say, and just tie a bow. This linen thread is super easy to tie with, and it holds the bow really well. And then I can just trim off the edges here. Do a couple more, and then I'll check the comments to see what you guys think about adding the Pear Pizzazz in the background. Okay. And these are just our paper snips. We used to carry ribbon shears, which I love, and I still have them and use them. But our paper snips are very sharp and easy to work with. You know, just the other day I had come to the studio, and right next to my studio is a hair salon, and there was a gentleman parked outside, and there was a generator outside of his vehicle, and all this noise and smoke, and it just smelled. So I kind of got out of my car and I was looking to see what he was doing, and you know, he was sharpening scissors. So I asked him if that's something that he could do for even like my paper cutting scissors, and he said absolutely. So I grabbed his card, so next time we have an in-person event, I'll have to contact him and let you guys know, so those of you who attend can actually get your scissors sharpened while you're here. I think that would be so cool. So there we go. He's a mobile scissor sharpener. I don't know what his actual title is. There we go. Okay, let me look and see. Oh, Amy likes them both. You know what? I think that I'm going to go ahead and add some color, since we're doing these opposite of the other cards. So again, we're going to take our Pear Pizzazz, open it up, just tap it a couple times. So you'll see that there's ink on the end of this. This is not foam. This is actually, I don't know what this material is made out of, but it's almost like a lot of bristles, and it's very soft. So you're just going to tap like this, and then again, like I said, I like to tap off on something else so they don't have a really dark splotch. And then I'm going to add some of that color to my image. It's best if you actually do this before you stamp. Oops. But you can do it after as well. Okay. Now, what I've been told is with these brushes that you really shouldn't wash them necessarily. I mean, you can, but I was told that if you just take and keep this brush in the same color family, so if I'm using greens, then I would just kind of keep this with all the different greens. Maybe I have one for dark greens, one for light greens, and then when I'm done using it, I just kind of, oh, this actually is pulling a little bit of, sorry about that noise, guys. I'm right by the window. Pulling a little bit of the red. So this is definitely something you want to do before you stamp. Anyways, so what you do is you kind of wipe it off on a napkin or something like that until the color runs clear for you. So a little tip. If you guys love these blending brushes and you have lots of fun techniques that you do with them, you'll have to share and let me know. All right, let's add this all together. So we're going to use our Stampin' Dimensionals here. And I'm just going to put some dimensionals on the top and bottom to try to avoid that linen thread there. All right, and we'll stick this, I'll stick this right here. Kind of like the way it looks offset. And we'll add one of the bows using our glue dots. The glue dots are one of my favorite adhesives, so also very inexpensive, and you get a full box of adhesive dots, and I'm not sure how many exactly, maybe 300 or more, but they're wonderful. So I use them for everything. They're quite sticky. They work really well. So there's that first card, and yeah, definitely has a little bit of that red smudged in there. All right, let's grab this one. And as you can see, this is so interchangeable, the sentiments and the designer series paper, so you can really you just can't go wrong. Something that I also saw that was pretty is if you stamp the sentiment in the Pear Pizzazz or even the Mossy Meadow, that looked really good too. So we'll take one of our bows, add it here. Oops. And we'll put the bow on this side this time. Okay, two more. And also, if you guys know me and know how I design, I always use Stampin' Dimensionals. So make sure you have lots of dimensionals in your stash. Go right here. The last time I kind of centered this in the middle, but this time I'm going to go to the side. Add a little bow to it. There we go. Oops. Try that again. All right, there we go. And then last one. Okay, so my recommendation to you guys is going to be definitely, if you want to add that extra layer of shading, do it before you stamp. There's definitely a difference. Okay, I'm actually going to put this one right in the middle. There we go. One more bow, and then we're going to assemble the box and put the box together, which is super simple. And then you'll see that this gift comes together so easily. And it just is such a cute gift to gift someone. All right, here are some of our cards. Now what we want to do is add some bling. Now this bling that I'm showing you is actually also retiring, and I'm realizing that I'm going to need to buy some more of it because I only have a few. So it comes in the real red and also a clear with some gold flecks in there. I'm going to go ahead and put the gold on here since I used the real red the last time. And this is on sale as well. So not only is it discontinuing, and I did see they're still available, they are they're on sale. There we go. I like to do rule of threes when I put these on. Do one here. I think I'm out of the camera view. There. And then one more. They come in 2 different sizes too. So there's a larger and then the little small ones. And as you can see, they definitely add to the cards. All right. Put 2 big ones on and a little small one. We have something called a take your pick tool, and that makes it really handy to pick these up. You can also use your fingernails or paper shears, whatever you have on hand. So let's stick that on. I think I'm going to just do one on each end since I centered this one. There. Okay. Here's our next set of cards. And I'm not going to do all of the envelopes to show you how you can make the envelopes coordinate, but I will show you how I put it together. We do have, I know this is probably something most of you already know, but we do have some new stampers that watch occasionally, and so I want to make sure that you guys are aware of it. So for this one, I'm actually going to use this side because I used the smaller, this print as the smaller piece. So let me move that out of the way. And all you have to do is take your envelope and have a straight edge here and make sure that it covers the envelope flap. And then you're going to take some of our adhesive. A little tiny bit goes a long way. Make sure you get it on the edges. Oopsie. Get that off my table there. Okay. Let's see here. That's, oh, this might work. Oh, yay. Okay. So we're going to add this on to the envelope flap, making sure that the edge lines up nicely. So if you were to fold it, it lines up great, perfectly. And then when you flip it over, you'll use the flap as your guide to trim off the excess. So just take your paper shears. And trim around. So this is a great way to use up that designer series paper that I know a lot of you have lying around. And there you go. So now you have a card with a coordinating envelope. Super cute, right? So I'll have to do that with the rest of them. Let me go ahead and start on our box. We'll put that together very quickly. And then I'll bring all the pieces in and show them to you guys at the end. So this is how the box comes. My camera's kind of zoomed in, but on one side it's glossy. This is our mini paper pumpkin boxes. On the other side it's matte. This side right here, you can actually spritz it or brayer it to change the color. I'm not going to do that today since our cards are already white. I'm just going to add a little bit of DSP to it. But what you want to do is just fold it along all the score lines. The glossy side is, so say for instance you bake some cookies and you want to put some cookies in here to gift to someone. You're going to want to use the have the glossy side in order to do that. I've seen people decorate with the glossy side out, so that's cute too if you're doing something just like cards like I'm doing, but I really like the matte look. Okay, so once you've done that, hopefully you guys can see me put this together. But this is the base of it. You're going to bring up the sides here, these two sides. Move this out of the way. Okay. Bring up these two sides with the flaps, and then maybe it's easier if I do it this way. Okay. Tuck those two flaps in, and then these two flaps are going to fit into the slots. All right. It would help if these little pieces are not there, but you've got these little cutout slots, and that's going to hold the flap down. So let's do that on this side as well. Okay, and then they just kind of pop into those sides there perfectly, and then this closes, very similar to our paper pumpkin boxes. And speaking of paper pumpkin boxes, Paper Pumpkin, if you're interested in the new kit that's coming out, Paper Pumpkin's all-inclusive craft kit, and tomorrow is the last day to sign up for it. And I believe the theme are like puns or something like that. Super cute, not holiday themed at all. So there's the card box, and what we're going to do is I just took some scrap DSP that I had laying around, and I cut it down very similar to how I did it earlier, and I'm going to just apply it to the box. And again, with this paper, you can mix and match. The paper, that gingerbread paper, oh my goodness, that paper is gorgeous. So if you decide you want to do this project and you don't have the paper that you need, the gingerbread paper, gingerbread and peppermint or something like that, that paper would be perfect. So we'll just add some adhesive here. And this time I think I'm going to put this in the center. Okay. And then I stamped this earlier. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to this strip. And I'm going to pop the whole thing up. So we'll just center that right there. Add some dimensionals to the back of this. Oops. When you add the dimensionals to this, I'm going to recommend that you add the dimensionals on the sides so that you allow a space for the thread, the linen, braided linen trim to come through right there. Okay. Pull all these backings off. All right, and before I place this down, I'm going to take my, let's see here, I've used this all up, so let me grab this other one. I have a new one. Again, like I said, it's only like $3, $2.80, something crazy like that. So I definitely stocked up on this because I'll be using that quite a bit. All right, then I will place that in the center, and I'm going to put this in the center. Okay, now once you've done that, you can tie your little bow. Well, before you do that, you want to put all your cute little cards in there. So we'll stick all of our cute cards in here. I may have to go back and fix some of these that are smudged. Of course, the matching envelopes will go in there, and then you'll close it up, put a little bow on it, and this gift is done. And it's super cute, very useful. And hopefully you guys see how easy that was to put together. Oops. Grab that piece. Hold on. I can never tie bows when I have people watching me. Let's go. Let's try that one more time. Okay. One more time. Third time's a charm. Okay, I did it, right? Yay. There we go. Now I'm just gonna cut the ends off, make sure that they're nice and cute. And there you go. So that gift is done. Let me bring in the other project, and then I'm going to show you where everything is at in the catalog. So here are the original cards that I created with the coordinating envelope. So you see I created this envelope to go with this one, right? And then this envelope to go with this one. I just think that the envelopes decorated like that make it so stinking cute. And this envelope goes well with this one. And I have a couple more. This one and this envelope. And then the last one, these two. Okay, and then the box. I created this box with you guys today, and then the original box is this one where I kind of put it a little bit offset. One's kind of has a red background, one has the green, super cute. Now let me show you just a couple places in the catalog, and that'll be it for today. So here's our mini catalog. Again, this, a lot of the items have sold out. So when you get online and you check it out, you'll just have to look and see what is sold out and what hasn't. So this is the paper I was mentioning earlier. Since you can't get the paper I demonstrated today, page 9, hopefully this is still available. When I checked right before I got on, and it was. So this is that frosted, it's called gingerbread and peppermint 6x6 paper. Perfect. Again, the measurements for the front of the designer, or the front of the note cards, was just 4 3/4 by 4 1/4. So this 6x6 will be perfect. So this is available. This ribbon is gorgeous and it's carrying over. So you can use that ribbon instead of the green if you wanted to. Okay, so like this right here has sold out. So there's quite a few things. The Great Tidings bundle has sold out. All of this is carrying over except for this ribbon. That's a pretty ribbon too. And if you want to see exactly what's carrying over, what's retiring, definitely check out my video on YouTube, because I just did one yesterday. This is retired and actually sold out. I'm not sure though about the dies. I think the dies have sold out as well. This one has sold out. This was so pretty. The Whimsy has sold out. Whimsy and Wonder. Okay, so on page 29, the Holly Jolly Wishes. It's just $21 for this sentiment stamp set. This is the stamp set that I used today. And let's see here. I'm pretty sad. Well, this is sold out again. The candy cane background. Pretty sad about this one. The Peaceful Cabin, I mentioned this yesterday because the dies were so unique. That's sold out. And the paper is sold out. So, and then this is sold out. Oh, I'm so sad about this. So the dies are just absolutely gorgeous here. And I'll be sharing some more projects that I designed with this for those who did the online class. And I actually have a couple kits left. So I'll share about that, the details with that later. But this is actually sold out. The red velvet paper has sold out as well. Let me see if there's anything else. The Cutest Halloween has sold out. The Black Glimmer paper has sold out. The Heartwarming Hugs, this is what I shared with you guys today. That sold out. Sorry, I didn't realize that before I designed those projects. And these dies have sold out. So definitely hop on. Yesterday was that free shipping, and I think people just really took advantage of that. All right, in the annual catalog, so that you know where to find those pieces, we've got the paper pumpkin, the mini paper pumpkin boxes here. You guys get these boxes. They are so fun to work with, and they're just make beautiful gifts. It's on page 137 in the annual catalog. The annual catalog looks like this. If you don't have this catalog, you need it, let me know. You'll get 10 boxes for only $7.50. You just cannot beat that. And then the little note cards and envelopes, they come in basic white and they come in very vanilla. So you can get 20 cards and 20 envelopes it's a smaller size, and these are mailable. So I know there's like a cutoff for the post office to be able to mail. You can mail this size card through the mail. That's great. And then I think, oh yeah, I shared this earlier on page 166, the Tasteful Labels. And you'll see here that if you have the mini cut and emboss machine, that they all fit in there perfectly. So you can use that to cut out all of your dies. Okay, the only thing I didn't show you was, let's see if I can find it really quick, are the blending brushes. And if not, if you hop online, you can find them. They come in a set of 3, and they're really great. They're fun. They're pretty new. So number 7 here, the blending brushes on page 129, you will get a set of 3 of them. And yeah, that's it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed those projects. You'll have to let me know if you liked one set over the other, and if you like the blending aspect of it or not. And then also definitely like, comment, and share for an opportunity to win one of these boxes full of cards. Have a great night, you guys. Bye-bye.